So guys, next project here is going to be the other 67 424, the one that came from my buddy Glenn Murdoch's there. I cleaned out his estate, and it's missing some parts, and as many will know, with the recent blow-in I've acquired another motor and a missing part, and it's actually got a taillight lens on there that I thought it was broke, but I guess it's missing. So that's been one of the things, is the belt guard for on here. These belt guards, they just don't come up for sale very often, and they're like the most, how do I want to say, trashed or missing thing on a 424 or a straight commercial 10. And the belt covers just weren't common on anything, because the only other thing to my knowledge I used a belt guard was a wheel horse, perhaps, I think. So, but anyhow, I haven't done a lot of research into that. I've kind of kept a Kohler belt guard search loaded in eBay, and I've never came across one decent price and decent shape. So bought this whole motor here for $100. Not the most perfect motor in the world. That's fine. I don't really care. It's good to have another 424 motor and the belt guard. This belt guard looks like it's had a little bit of welding done to it on the bottom, or it's just a little rusty there perhaps. But I got the belt adjusted, so, and I got it to start and drive up in here. So we'll do that. The other thing with this motor is the choke and the throttle cables are really stiff now, which I thought they worked okay, but I've had this tractor for 2 years now, and I've never really ran it, just because never had a hitch or the belt guard, which is kind of dumb. I could have put a motor deck on it and used it, but oh well, I digress. But as far as everything else, it starts on its own. You work the choke and throttle by hand. The headlights work. Battery charges. All the gears work, to my knowledge. From the little bit I've ran it, the brakes work. It doesn't need a seat, because that seat's a little rough, you know. Smooth, as they say. Smooth. But that's the major thing here, and I just kind of want to take a second for all you guys that come up to me at the blow-in and said, you know, pretty much we like your videos, good watching your channel, and we know other people that enjoy watching your channel. Thank you guys, because I've been kind of lacking motivation recently to be out here in the shop and videotape and stuff, so figured I'd toss that here on the end and get cracking. I think I'm probably going to clean the workbench off a little bit. I don't have many spaces to put things, but there's exactly, let's see, snowplow stuff, 44L stuff, which I haven't even posted the video of that 44L yet. You guys will see the 1982 8163-B. Got that running again. That's from that. So are the 3/4 wrenches, tightening up the hitch bolts. Pipe wrench, I don't remember. What was I using the pipe wrench on? Oh, maybe the Cub Cadet. Maybe, I don't remember. Anyhow, and that L project that's been sitting over there for a year, I need to finish. 53L parts from that debacle, so owning parts, maintenance parts, broken stuff. I was going to put that on a wall of shame, remember? So I guess we'll get all that going and sorted out here. Where's this pack of wrenches at? Over here. And then we'll get on to 424 here. We're going to have to make a bracket for the hitch, because that was missing. That's why that never just got bolted on. The later tractors, there's actually a crossbar that goes across over to here and bolts on the ears of the oil pan. On these early tractors with the shallow oil pan, can't do that. But there's like a L-shaped, it's almost like a piece of angle iron with a notch cut in it so the hitch will slide through it. And it bolts to the 2 oil pan bolts in the back, and that's all that really supports it. So gonna have to make something up there, and I think I got enough scrap floating around I can do that. Probably even that old Cub hitch would work. So we'll get that handled, the belt guard, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, I've rambled for 5 minutes and got no work done, so let me get at it. Got the heat on here to kind of take the chill off tonight too, by the way. Even though it's 60 degrees out now, it'll be 30 here in a couple hours, so. Alrighty there, guys, I did clean the workbench off some. As you guys can see, at least I can mildly see it. There's some stuff here that needs to disappear yet, but it's fine. It's fine, just let it be. So, camera here. Brought a piece of steel in here to start making the hitch support. I have got the tractor jacked up and blocked up here so I can get underneath of it really easy. And I have measured that I need a piece of steel about 8.5 inches. And I kind of like this piece of steel. I already had an angle cut on one end here, so that'll make her a little fancier looking. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut the, just going to measure over from the end here, 8.5. Then I'll just do a straight cut, and then I'll try and match the angle on this side. And then I'll have to cut a slot in here for the hitch to go through. But what I may have to do is bolt the hitch bar on and see how far down from the oil pan it needs to be, because I don't know. So, and I think this is plenty heavy enough steel, 1/4 inch I think. So let me bolt that hitch on and then see where it needs to be. Alright, so here is the early style oil pans, and they are actually flat. I did not realize that. It's only like an inch thick oil pan, but regardless, let's see here. Actually, hold on. I need my second hand to do this. Hey! Alright. So it's looking like 2.5 is about center. 3 inch on the bottom would be enough clearance. And 2 5/16. Alright. 2 5/16 to 3 inch. Alright. So we'll see if we got enough meat in that plate for that. So in typical Steve fashion, it is exactly 3 inches there. So that's not going to work. I guess I could bend the hitch up a hair and just cut a groove in it. Well, let me go see if I got some 4-inch angle iron or something out there. I guess I'll take the tape measure this time. I didn't think that would be a problem. Just to show you what I know. Alright, back to my scrap pile. Alrighty, boys and girls, here's what I came up with. It actually looks pretty close to the stock setup. The only difference being here is I added these 3 washers in here, and when you tighten it up, then it won't be pulling down on the oil pan, because this is aluminum and this is threaded into here. So wanted to make sure and not screw up this oil pan, because these oil pans are actually kind of rare from what I know. I think they're probably the same as a Cub Cadet too. That's probably what it is, same as a Cub. So yeah, it looks pretty good, and the color of this plate almost makes you think it's factory. So I have a picture of my other 424 that has the right hitch on it. I'll throw in here. And I think it actually looks pretty similar, guys. So tell me what you think. Now, if you look back here, you can tell I cobbled it out of some plate that I randomly found in my junk pile. But considering all I used was a grinder, a sawzall, and some drill bits and drill, don't look too bad. What I beavered out of some steel. Sweet. That'll look great all bolted up on there. Get that taillight lens on there. awesome. He'll have 2 424s. Alrighty guys, so I've been borrowing parts off this other motor. I actually had 2 good taillight bulbs here, and the lens is good. I haven't stepped on it yet, so we're doing alright. That's why I want to do this video before I accidentally do that. So yeah, I swiped the bulbs out of there. They both work. Might as well show you guys here. Turn the key on. Headlights and generator light. And tail light's working. So I just wanted to show that. I should probably get the numbers off these bulbs. They look like they are a GE 1895 is what I'm seeing, or at least what I'm thinking. So there's that. So we can put this back in here without shorting. Gotta admit, the other style holder, a little bit easier to change bulbs. Oh, I see. Duh. Right, now I done screwed up the other side. Alright, it's gonna take me both hands to fix that. I was gonna show. Come on. There we go. Still good. Alright. As far as this taillight lens, it's just a rubber housing and it just slides down in there. Oh, I almost had it. There we go. Beautiful. Looking so much more like an early 424. As Ralph calls it, the ST 424. So yeah, so we got all that going for us. I don't know why, I just want to point this out. Every 400 I find that is painted the wrong color is all this crappy dark red color painted over the orange or yellow. Everything I touch. 68 430, 69 430, this 424, that 67 430, the original, or not the original frame, but the frame that was on it was like that. I don't know why in the heck everything is like that. Whatever, I just wire wheel it the best I can. So I got that. I got some blaster working in the cables. So the only other thing I really need to do back here is the seat. I really don't think I even have a crappy seat anywhere. So guess I'll go wander around through my buildings in the rain and look for one of those. Alrighty guys, so it's hours later here. And I have, pretty much the choke cable was broke right on the end, so I crimped a new Z-bend on it. And I adjusted the cable and oiled the cable up so it had the correct throw. I'm assuming the cable just bound up and then it broke. Because, you know, these steel cables only take so much abuse. For a second there, I thought I was going to end up like RW3 Dog and have a machine that has a throttle cable but no choke. But I seem to have avoided that thus far, at least for the moment. So, guys, choke works nice and free. Throttle is still a little on the stiff side. Doesn't return on its own, but it doesn't have the governor spring pulling on it right now because it's not running. So I think we're pretty good there. About the only other thing left is I want to change the engine oil in this because she is black as coal, and I know since I've never ran this thing, I've never changed it. At least I don't think. The oil actually don't look too awful bad. It's black. Don't get me wrong. It looks worse in camera. Well, let me run this. I don't know. Probably got to change it just because it's a shallow oil pan setup. I don't think I ever changed the oil in this. I don't think. It's hard to say. I'd have to go back and look at the videos where I got this thing running. So, guess I'll work on that. And I finally got my heat bumping out here pretty good at 7 o'clock at night. It's like 70 degrees in the shop. I could probably shut the fan off over here and be alright. I'm actually about sweating in the middle of winter out here in the shop, which is highly unusual. Normally you're freezing. So, okay, so I mean, everything works on here. The gas tank's holding gas, and the cables are all working right now. I don't have any other known issues. The brakes work and are adjusted. Charging system works. All the transmission gears seem to work. So, yeah, I guess that's my next move here, is get her down off the blocks and put the hood on, and I'll go from there, guys. And I'll decide what I want to put on this tractor. Do I want to put a deck on it? Do I want to grab some front drive attachments? Attachment brackets? And put on here? Because this does not have plow latches. I could put plow latches on here and use it for that. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, the lift works good. Some of these, the handle gets bent, and then when you go to pull it back, this binds up, so the button will bind up and stick down and won't snap up. That one seems good. The 68-430 I actually fixed. I bent it back forward, and then now you can just pull on it easily and it'll work. So, I don't know, is what it is. And seat wise, I just don't have a good seat anywhere. The only seat I have that's even a quarter of the way good is on that 67-430. That's my yard art, way out front. I looked on all my seat pans, no seat. All the seats I have are total garbage. I mean, they might be one step above this. They have some padding, but they're all cracked. The other thing I was thinking about is the white on the seat pan is really rust colored, but there's a couple spots like here where it was rubbed by something, and a lot whiter, but that's not something that has to be done to try and use it. So that's the thought I had. I might use I think I've mentioned this in the last two videos, but I've been watching a lot of Vice Grip Garage recently here in the past two months. I've just been kind of, I don't know, something I found in the winter. But he used SOS pads and steel wool on a car like this. And like he said, you just want to doll it up a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, but it'd be better than what it was. The actual hood is fairly white, so the seat pan is like the worst part, and the rest of this, it's no 9 or 10, but it's, solid 5. Solid 5. Depending on the lighting, 5.5. So, okay, let me see what I can do here. So it wasn't raining today. It's a little colder, but I decided to go and dig around in my junk piles a little more. There's another seat pan laying on top of this, and I didn't even realize there was another seat pan underneath of it, which has this seat on it. You guys are going to be like, Steve, that seat is total garbage. Well, I mean, it's not brand new, I will give you that. But, have you guys seen what's going on over here? I think it's better. I think. I don't know. Now my dilemma. Do I just switch the seat pans because it's easier? I am going to say I'm leaning towards no, but I tried to take there's one bolt holding the seat. I tried to take that out where it was sitting at, and it wouldn't come out. I didn't mess with it too awful long, but this seat pan is actually cracked. It's broke here, and it's broke here too. So, gonna try and get that bolt out. I have a feeling with little success. And if I can just swap the seats, that'll be great. If I can't, then I guess I'm back to just switching the seat pans because I kind of have to. Because this seat pan, while it's by no means bright white, it is not. No, it is cracked. This is cracked. Can I get out of the light? There you go. I think you guys can see it right at the corner there. It's cracked up in the whole way up through near as far as I can see. I don't think this side is. So the seat pan is 50% better. So, well, I guess let me start with trying to get the bolts out of here. The bolts will come out of here, we'll be good to go. If not, then I'll just switch the whole seat pan, and we'll go from there. Alrighty guys, so the seats come right off there. I didn't have any trouble with the bolts. I did have to monkey with this one a little bit with the impact, but it come off with the impact. And I got it bolted on here. Oh, excuse me. I swear it's only 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm already yawning. But yeah, honestly, I think at this point that's about as far as I can go with the 424 for right now. I kind of need to decide what I want to do with this tractor. If it's going to get a mid-mount deck on it, or a snowplow, or if I want to put some front attachment brackets on it and run some stuff on the front, or what. What I'm kind of thinking is my other 424 has the front attachment brackets on it, so I'll use it as that. And maybe this one will end up with a snowplow and tire chains and be like a, be like a mid-mount tractor instead of having two with front drives. At least that's my thought. 10 horsepower, not a lot of horsepower, but it'd probably be good for a rotary plow, and 40-inch commercial deck out front like I use on the other one, and 40-inch mid-mount deck. So yeah, that's at least what my thoughts are right now. And I was debating about selling this tractor. Now since I've got the parts, I will probably keep it. Although, do I really need two 424s first years? Not really. But this tractor here came from a buddy of mine's estate, and kind of why I'm going to hold on to it here. Maybe it'll get restored. Who knows? But for right now, I think that's going to be it. I don't think, at least not in this bunch of segments, I've ever showed this thing starting, but as long as the battery's charged up. Let's see. Neutral. Oh. Alright, when I let off of it, it started. But it runs really well. I mean, I got no complaints with it, everything works. So, sounded like it started knocking there. I know I changed the oil last night. I bet you it was touching on the engine guard here. But that's gonna be it for this one. So later, guys. Just wanted to double check, but it does have oil on it. Right up to the full line. Not a titch over it, so we're good there. Just wanted to make sure, because that sucker sure seemed like it started rod knocking there. Start it back up once, see what it does. Yeah. Won't idle quite that fast. Okay, got a little heat in the motor now, so sounds a whole lot better.